Do you have a summer dream of traveling to a beautiful Greek isle, but are worried the financial crisis there could hamper your vacation? Here to tell us whether to still go on that Greek getaway is MarketWatch's Quentin Fottrell. Quentin, great to see you.
You too.
So this is not the first time that the Eurozone crisis has plunged Greece into the public eye. What happened last time? Did the tourist industry take a big hit?
It took a slight hit. The contribution that tourism made to the Greek economy in percentage points fell by nearly 6% in 2011, and that's because when we saw images of riots back then in Athens, that was in June. There were bigger riots some years earlier, which were later in the year. So it's not like these things go unnoticed by potential tourists.
And that's not insignificant because the tourism industry is very important to the Greek economy.
Right, yeah, it contributes about 17% to GDP overall, and around 9% directly to employment, to overall employment. So this is important to the people of Greece.
Absolutely. And I think now the images that at least American tourists are seeing are the long lines outside banks and ATMs. So perhaps some are wondering, well, if I go to Greece, will I be able to get any of my money out of an ATM?
Right. So travel advisors are recommending that people bring cash because there are long lines. Some ATMs are reports of them being empty. There are also reports of hoarding of gasoline and food as well, because they really don't know what's going to happen, whether Greece will leave the euro or not. And that will obviously lead to a period of political instability, perhaps social unrest, and really uncertainty, which is the biggest problem.
What did representatives from the Greek tourism industry that you spoke with say about all this? Right.
So they are clearly concerned. They say that if the worst happens, Greece will go through a period of transition. They obviously are aware that they're braced for cancellations and for people to be concerned. But really as well, if you think back to the 2011 unrest, a lot of that was centered in the city, like in Athens.
Right.
And when I think of Greece and when I think of the places I've been to Greece, not that you don't want to go see the Acropolis or the Parthenon, but a lot of people go to the islands as well, which are where it's somewhat more removed from that particular kind of unrest.
Is that your advice, Quentin, if you are thinking of going to Greece right now, perhaps focus on the islands?
Well, you know, I think the islands are always wonderful, and that's when I go to Greece, I always try to get out of Athens as fast as I can because it's a very...
It's a congested city.
It's a very congested city. Yeah. So, but I don't want to say to people don't go to the mainland because there are beautiful parts, and
of course.
There are, you know. So I just think see what's happening, use your judgment, bring cash. And don't make sure you're not standing at
But
an
not
ATM
to be
machine.
mercenary about it. Are there any deals for travelers that are coming out of all of this unrest? I mean, not to, try to take advantage of anyone's misfortune, but there aren't any yet, right?
Well, really, this year, the most expensive thing about getting to Europe are the flights.
Right.
That ship has sailed.
Okay.
I start mixing transport metaphors there. So, but I did do some research online. I didn't find any deals, and I spoke to some travel experts who said they haven't seen any hotel deals yet. But obviously, that's a possibility if things do get tough for Greece. That they will see more. That they will make an effort and try and lure tourists there if people aren't certain.
Well, I would still go to a Greek isle any day.
Me too.
Fottrell, we'll go together. Thank you so much for that.